GPT and Google is that with Google, you search for something, put in a keyword, and Google brings out many links that you have to then click on and go and find out what it is you want. Okay. But with chatbots like ChatGPT, they behave like human beings, or let's say the bot is robot. Okay. You ask a question and they answer you directly. Okay. They answer you directly. So that's what the chatbots do. So they have what they do is they go and search the web and bring back a direct answer for you. Are they perfect? No, but yeah, they're very much doing an excellent job or a good job, and the companies are working hard to make them better, perform better each time. Okay, so that is chat.openai.com. But today, what I want to be showing you is how to create GPT, okay, to do a whole world of stuff. Up to recently, um, you would need the paid version to access a GPT that someone has created. But now, OpenAI has been kind enough to let everyone, whether you have a paid account or not, to access the different GPTs that are available. So let me share my screen quickly and show you what I'm talking about. Share. Okay, please confirm that you can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
We can.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, so this is my ChatGPT screen. If you were yeah, if you're going to like start and the very bottom where you can type what it is you want. Okay. They say it's good to be polite to the to the various chatbots in case maybe they record your behavior. So I could say, hello, how many states are there in, how many states are there in Nigeria? Yeah, okay. Me, and you can ask it to, okay, thank you very much. Please could you list sometimes oh, internet is okay. Yeah, sometimes they don't do exactly what you ask. Sometimes they give you a long answer, like an off-point answer, which is called hallucination. But as I said, the companies are working to improve them, yeah, all the time. So it has listed the 36 states for me, and so that's how I don't see any. Okay. Now, but what I want to focus on today is the GPTs. So on your left-hand side now, and this is like a new feature even for the unpaid ChatGPT, which is 3.5. Let me see whether, okay, so there's 3.5, great for everyday tasks. There's 4.0, GPT 4.0, which has quite a bit of the paid version, but it's still a bit limited amount of questions. Full blown as the GPT-4, which is the paid one, or GPT plus, ChatGPT plus. Okay, but even for the 3.5, as we've always had, now we can see explore GPTs. So this is it's like having apps, right? But within the chatbot scenario. So when you click on explore GPTs, you have GPTs that are featured. Okay, so you have featured GPTs, you have these that have been created by, then you have categories, writing, productivity. So I'll tell you a little bit about this. Anybody can create a GPT, although you have to have the paid version to do so. Now, these GPTs, OpenAI is saying that it will start paying people for their GPTs. I think maybe depending on the amount of use. So if your GPT is really popular, a lot of people are using it, you start getting some kind of payment for it. So that helps. Okay. You can create them for just convenient to ChatGPT or Google. So let's see what we have here. We have a GPT that creates diagrams and charts. Okay. We have an SQL expert, so that's coding, um, and stuff. There was one I saw earlier today, and I was actually trying to use it. Let me see. Okay, that's it. Humanize AI text. So, they say that if your essay or write-up or whatever it is you're doing is written by AI, it can be detected by some AI and this actually happens to be one of them. I think it was featured as well, Humanize AI text. Okay, so there are so many, there are thousands of these GPTs that can do different things. So this is me, I had put this piece of text in, and then, it made me sign up for something, just, to sign up for it, and then it rewrote it here. I haven't gone to test it in other tools, but yeah, I just wanted to try it out. So yes, this is meant to humanize. So there are played around at creating some. There are a few of the GPTs that I created. Um, yeah, so I did publish some of them. So when you create a GPT, you can just leave it for your own personal use. You can get the link and send it to people that you know, or you can put it in the public domain where it can be found by anyone that is searching through the GPTs. So I have which one? This is what I was showing last year. I have this one is to do with so once I show you this, then I'll just do a demo on how to create a GPT. It is not hard at all. Okay. So bead art creator. So whatever it is, can somebody just give me something that you want to see? A picture, an image you want to see in a beaded format? And I'll type it in here. Anybody? Feel free to unmute.
A baby.
Anybody?
A baby. A baby, a mother holding a baby.
Is that what you said? A mother holding a child?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Let's put Black American and see.
African.
Yeah, an African mother. Okay. Some people have reported that when you put African, that they don't make the pictures look nice. Let's see. An African mother holding a child, most likely. So while the picture is coming up, as I said, next I'll just show you how to create a GPT. They make it very simple, at least for users like us, people that are not coders. Yes. So let me make the picture bigger and see whether does it have beads. Yeah, I think there are beads on the outfits. Yeah. So sometimes this GPT can be funny. Sometimes it would actually it has created. I created something this afternoon. Let me just close that and see whether it's there. Okay, yes, I created a poodle. Okay, and then a horse. So this is the horse, but the poodle is more beaded. Yeah, so sometimes you get the picture, it's all full of beads and really pretty. So yes, we have a few of that. So I don't know whether somebody wants to think about what GPT we want to create. Let me go to my explored GPTs, and with the paid one, you should have the chance to create. Take this out of the way. Okay, yes, so there's create here. So you just click on the create button, and here we have our environment. On the left hand side is where you tell ChatGPT what it wants. It says, "Hi, I'll help you build a new GPT." You can say something like, "Make a creative who helps generate visuals for new products," or "Make a software engineer who helps format my code." Does anybody want it to create the really let me just say create let's do a really simple one. Create a GP. I've done a menu one before. You can try that, and that's something that you just might want to use, in the house for us women. You can create weekly menus. So create a GPT that gives the past tense of words. Maybe for those who have issues with that, and yeah, want somewhere where they can just put in the word and let's see. Is how many minutes do I have left? I know I've spoken quite a bit. Okay. So
You've
let's
given
name
a lot
this.
of information. Sorry, you've given a lot of information and we
Yes.
are cutting close, but it's pretty intriguing.
Okay. Okay.
So
Thank you.
you don't mind,
Okay. Thank you.
don't mind, but I would round it up.
Okay. Okay. So
Thank you.
let's name this. That's okay. Thanks. So how about past tense finder? Okay. So it's creating my name for me. I'm not sure. Next, I'll create a profile picture. So I don't, okay, the yes went through. Okay, profile picture. So here's the first version. Do you like it? Yes, I do. So can you see the right hand side? Yeah, now it calls it preview. It used to call it playground before. So you can actually test what's being created. So they already have something on the right hand side. These are called suggestions. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can leave them or you can actually change them. Turn right into past tense, or you can just ask, please give the past tense of what's one of those that sometimes they of read. Okay, that's what you please give the past tense of read. Nice, detailed, so you can answer all those questions. Okay, then while that's coming up, on the left hand side here beside create, there's configure. So at any point in time, you can come back and make changes or edit that GPT. Okay, so conversation starters. So these conversation starters, you can change the words, you can remove them, you can add, yeah. So you just have all that there. You can even add like a document. So sometimes the information in your GPT might come from a document, it might come from a book. A GPT that gives novels, yeah, that people can read. There's just so much. But in a nutshell, that's how you create your GPT. And then when you finish, so let's go back to create. So when you finished, you're okay with it, you can then, that's delete, you can save it. So on the right hand side somewhere where it's done, concise. Yeah, so when it's done, there should be options to send to the people that you feel might be interested in it. So that's your GPT in a nutshell. Yinka, is time up? It's okay.
I am so sorry, but yes,
That's
it is.
okay. That's okay.
However,
But yes.
I have to say that this is pretty amazing and the possibilities seem really endless. So we certainly would be, hopefully, we will each be able to go into ChatGPT to create our own and possibly publish them. And so, and if I do, I'll give you credit. You taught the master. Thank you so much, Olive. We appreciate this. And our next speaker is Adibingwe Daniels. However, before introducing her, I would like to offer a fun activity that we can all do on ChatGPT, which Olive had just mentioned, and that is go into your chat and enter the prompt. Please create. Remember, we're being polite now. So please create a 1-week meal plan of Nigerian meals. Go ahead and try that and see what pops up. If you stop to think about it, if I were to ask you to create a 1-meal plan, it'll take you at a minimum, I would imagine, at least 30 minutes. But take a look at what has happened. And on mine, it gives Oh, it says, sure, here's a 1-week plan featuring traditional Nigerian meals. The plan includes breakfast, lunch, and dinner for each day for a whole week. I think that's awesome. Has everybody done it? Sis, I don't have.
So Yinka, some people are saying they don't know how to do what you've asked them to do. Where are they to go to?
Okay. Olive, you want to take over?
There is a link in the chat.
I beg pardon?
There's a link in the chat.
Oh.
Yes, that takes them directly to the homepage. It says chat.openai.com.
Okay. How about we do this?
I'm putting it again so that.
Sorry, am I echoing? Okay, in the interest of time, here's what I'm going to suggest. We know that we're recording this webinar. So for now, if you don't have ChatGPT up, just sit back, relax, and listen. And in the next, I would imagine the next day or so, we would have a recording that you will be able to access, and you'll be able to do everything at your leisure. Is that okay? Now, moving into our next speaker, Adebimpe Daniels is of the 1997 set. She's a senior solutions architect at Amazon Web Services, which partners with private equity firms to develop technical strategies and enhance investment growth. She excels in cloud migration, machine learning, and AI, aligning technical solutions with business objectives. Bimpe recently received the Amazon Web Services Technology Innovator Award and is active in Amazon's Black Employee Network Nigeria Affinity Group. She strongly advocates for literacy empowerment, the STEM education for women and girls, and sustainable development through the Aqua Foundation. In addition, she also authored the memoir Serendipity, which shares her journey of overcoming gender inequality, sickle cell anemia, and how she pursued her engineering dreams. It is available on Amazon.com. Ladies and sisters, please meet Adebimpe Daniels. Handing over to you, Bimpe.
Thank you so much, Auntie. Appreciate that. Good afternoon, good evening. It's afternoon here. I guess it is in Nigeria. It's an honor to be here to share my knowledge. I hope it's impactful. My goal today is to talk about the engineering behind this, just briefly, so people can get a sense of the pace of innovation, because it's going to impact everybody. And then getting that sense, if you are in a position of empowerment, you can make some decisive decision on how you transform your lives, because it's going to impact you at every level of your endeavors. And then also be informed about the next career opportunity you'll be steering yourself or your children towards. And then lastly, I would just give you some hands-on ways where you can use this to transform your life, like I said. So my name is Adebimpe Daniels. I have the 97 set. Thank you, Auntie, for that wonderful introduction. My classmates used to call me scientist. So if you ever had one notorious scientist girl, it's me. I'm always looking for trouble. I was born and bred in Lagos, Lagos Island, and my grandfather was a former king of Lagos. I've been doing computer programming engineering for I'd say about 20 years now. And I work for Amazon. Amazon is one of the 5 technical tech companies all over the world, with headquarters here in the US. And this is what I do for a living. I help companies build those applications. And at the higher level, I work with the CTOs or the C-suite to kind of craft the technical strategies of how they'll be thinking about what they want to build. So for example, if I have a retail company approach me that they want to build a retail application to target a specific business use case. So for example, maybe they want to increase their revenue. I will have to think about what data they have, because all of this that you're looking at is not just something out of the vacuum. It's predicated upon every use of data. And then it would be my job as an engineer to see the best way to design the solution, and also the optimal way in terms of efficiency, cost, and some other metrics to make sure it comes out right. So today I want to touch upon a specific application, part of the AI suite. And all of you may be wondering, what is all of this AI suites? We have different targeted products from different tech giants. So I will just take a step back and level set. I don't know if that has been covered before, but for the benefit of the new people, I'll just take a minute to level set. So machine learning is like the basis of what you need. So almost like saying you have a foundation, right? And AI is the actual building, finished building. And can you guys still hear me? Just sound check.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So before you can build that house, you need a foundation, which is the data. So before now, like I said, I've been doing it for almost 20 years. Before AI, this is nothing new, by the way. It's been existing in Russia. It's been happening behind the scene. It actually influenced Amazon.com. So I work for Amazon, like I said. So when you go to Amazon.com, for those of us in the US, you'll look at a product. It tells you, oh, you just bought this product. You may actually like this product. That is all machine learning behind the scene. What that is doing right there is looking at your history of product order, or even if you were new. If you were new, it will not be so effective as if you had a history. Then it will compare that history with similar people that looks like you. And that is one of the things I do. So there is an algorithm. Algorithm is like the mathematical calculation behind the scene that checks your nearest neighbor. Like, so if Auntie Yinka has purchased maybe a hair color dye in the past, it looks at our own history and say, okay, after she purchased that, she actually bought some blow dryer. Then it brings that to you. That is all machine learning. But what happens now is it's the reason why there's so much hype right now is something changed that actually enabled the acceleration of that innovation. So the point that, again, before you used to be able to train specific data sets, maybe I don't want to start speaking technological jargon. So imagine you having a data the size of this cup. That data, for you to train it, to be able to perform and give you value, it takes a lot of compute power behind the scene, right? You need to buy a giant computer, capacity. It burns a lot of energy. Speaking of global warming, there's a lot that goes into that. So it's really expensive for companies to be able to do at speed, right? Even at scale. So there's something changed about 2006. That was when Amazon, my company, started a cloud computing framework called the Amazon Web Services, which is the department I work for. I don't work for the retail. And what changed was they thought about doing that compute part in a different way. So instead of me buying my own server and you owning yours, I will create a giant server. And I can let you come onto my server, use what you need, shut it down, and don't own it. You don't have to care. So what that did was it made it really very cheap and very quickly to build things. So it's almost like democratizing power to everybody that wants to build. And then the game changed. Everybody could train on huge amounts of data. And that was what birthed the issue of AI, because this is what then happened. Another company called OpenAI, which is bought by Microsoft, now said, can you just train a model? So a model is the layer where you have your prediction and everything that you want to do that tells you, okay, buy this product, don't buy this one, right? Whatever is underneath is a model that is underpinning that decision. So they train all of the internet data on that model. So it's almost fair to say, because it took me a while to be able to say, and everybody that, you feel like you've gone to school for how many years, you put in a lot of work, and then you have to be humble to say, listen, this piece of machine right in front of me knows more than I do. And if I want to be effective, it will really serve me well to, delegate some of my responsibility and say, hey, can you help me out here? Not only will it help you faster, quicker, and better, it actually goes at the speed of light. And this is what I call it. I call it the aggregated of human intelligence. Think about that for a second. You have a model, like say the size of this cup, being trained on all the internet data. So meaning the things you don't know, plus the things you think you know, this piece of model knows it. And that is what companies branded to start calling different names. So for Microsoft, they call theirs ChatGPT. To actually put that in perspective, the model that was trained on all the internet data that tells you what to do is a model called GPT, which is an open software that anybody can take. Then they just put the chat to brand it their name. That same model, Google, which is another technological giant, branded its own, changed the model and put their own model, because now it's a competition. Mine should be better than yours, because whoever gets the best performance model wins the race. So they slap a different name on top of that, and they call it Gemini. If you move to Facebook is another technological giant. They did theirs, they have their own model too, because anybody can train, right? And they call theirs Meta. And that's what you find on your WhatsApp. That's what you find on your Facebook. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you know this, it's beyond the scope of what I'm presenting today. You can actually now tell Meta AI on Facebook to give you the summary of a post without you even reading that post. You can tell it to help you send a reply to a particular post. It's written for you. Just tell it one or two opinions that you want to offer, and it drafts it for you. So it's really crazy. And I tell everybody, you have to know it. If you don't, it's at your own disadvantage, to be honest, because it's not slowing down soon. And you can talk about the risk that comes with that, which I'm not going to cover here. So I'm sorry I had to let you guys to set the level of pace to see where we are, just so I can clear the air for people that be wondering why we have so many of those. And then there is Amazon version of it, which is not open to the public. And I'll show you a version of it that I created on our own platform to kind of do the same thing. But then what we do, we don't sell to individuals, we sell to companies. So companies that want to build similar products, then we help them build it. We help them design it. So they'll build it so that they can have some parameters, safety parameters in place to guide their, intellectual property. So today I will quickly show you how you can use Gemini, which is Google version of AI, to use it as a personal assistant. And I will show you in different modality. You can do it by voice, you can do it by image, you can do it by text, to make your life easier. So, like I said, Gemini is its own ChatGPT, quote unquote AI. It has an interface. It has two different interfaces. That means the way you can interact with it, you can use the web application interface, which is your normal, what do we call it? Google Chrome or Firefox. And you can actually download it on your phone, provided it's available in your country. But I checked, it's actually available in Nigeria. So if you're using an iPhone, you get it from the App Store. If you're using an Android phone, you get it from the Google Play Store. And I have the link here. I think I can post that in the chat too, if you want to play with it. I will actually appreciate if you can just, just click the web app and go with me for a minute here. It's going to be fun, provided we have time to cover everything. So this is what the web access layer looks like. So if you click that link I just sent, it takes you to something like this. Forget the LLMs, that's just somebody customizing their page, but you will see the rest of it. And here it tells you, it gives you different quick draft of what you can ask it, just so you can get a feel of it. So here you're saying create an itinerary, a travel itinerary for a city. I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to demo that to you. And I know not everybody can see this, so you will get the recorded version and you can look at it at your leisure and follow along. So this is where you go. You go in here, you click it, it gives you the prompt. You see the blinking cursor, then you type. That's one way to interact with it. That is text interaction. The second way to interact with it, it's image. So you see this little thing here with a plus sign? When you click this, it takes you, it gives you opportunity to either upload a picture or get access to your gallery, to your phone camera. And where that is really important is if you, and I do that a lot of time, like if I see a plant that I don't know, I could have allergy, I could be allergic to it, and I want to interact, maybe I want to smell it. I just take a picture of it and I ask Gemini, what is this? What kind of allergy does this product produce? Maybe you're traveling, I'm in Paris, I take a picture of the Eiffel Tower. What is this? Can you give me a brief history about this? It has so many, the imagination is endless. As long as you can upload a picture to this, you can ask it anything about that picture. And the last one, mode is the voice mode. And that's where you see to the left, to the right hand corner of the screen, you see that little mic icon. That is, so you can access that either by saying, okay, Google, which I'll talk about next, or you can just click it and then speak to it and then it translates that. The only challenge with that, as you may get to realize later, it's that it's kind of, our accent is, it's a problem. It doesn't translate it correctly. But the more we do that, the more it trains well on different accents. And especially for me, and it adapts to you where you speak. So for me that I've been using for a while, it's actually most of the time, like 90% of the time, it gets the correct thing I'm trying to say and it puts it there and then it gives you the answer. Moving on to the phone application interface. So if you were to download this on your phone, I don't know, I'm using a Samsung phone, so I had to just take a screenshot. This is what it looks like. So you have the same interface, it's just smaller in terms of the breadth. You still have the same functionality. So you have the mic here, and then you have the camera here. Again, you can click to take a live camera shot, or you can access your gallery, your phone gallery. And this is what it looks typically on the on your phone in the background. So let's do a quick demo. So if I were to use the image search capability with my camera lens, this is what it looks like. So what I did was, so let me give a background explanation here. So I took out my phone and I recorded this on my phone because I know people in Nigeria may want to access this later. So it gives them a good picture of what I'm trying to do. So let's say I saw a post or somebody, whatever, I took a picture of that post, which in this case, this is my wallet, make a calls. And I tell you, just took a picture, you got that, I attached the picture. Then I ask, what is this and where can I get the product? So what it will do here, it's that, and that's me typing. So it's going to give me the description of the product, and right there gives me the direct website to marketcalls.com. Somebody is asking if I'm sharing my screen. Yes, I'm sharing my screen. Can people see my screen, by the way?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So somebody is asking. If I were to use my phone.
I'm sorry, I can't see anything. I don't know whether I've got the right. I don't know. I've got my video off. I just see your face, and I couldn't follow everything you were explaining just now.
you have to toggle with your settings.
She
Are
needs
you
to
watching?
switch
Oh,
camera.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm using my phone because my
She needs
laptop
to switch
broke
her
down.
camera. She's seeing you. She's not seeing your slide.
Let's
So
swipe.
switch
I
camera.
can
Touch
see
on
it, but I
her.
can't see. Oh, okay. Let me try. What do I do now?
Use your finger and swipe until
No, I can't see us.
what's your
Swipe
view?
your screen. Oh,
Your phone screen. Just swipe. There's more than one page.
yeah.
So
Oh,
swipe to the
okay.
left.
Swipe across. Okay.
Okay, thank you. So moving on in the interest of time. How much time do I have, Auntie? Sorry, I'm sure.
We'll give you 10 more minutes. How's that?
Okay, that sounds good. So if you were to upload a picture, so what I did here, I Googled, and this happens, let me pause this for a minute. This happens when you're on the internet. Let me give you a cheat sheet here. And you see some fashionista, you know, displaying a product, maybe a purse or their their goggles, you know, you want to sneak in and say, where did they get that? Just take a screenshot of that, put it on your phone. If you have Gemini downloaded, just upload that from your phone. So in this case, I just looked for the picture of a landmark icon in Lagos. The Civic Center came up. I attached that from my phone, and then I asked to tell me more information. So if you find a product somebody is wearing or something that is not, that is a generic product that is on the internet, you know, or even if you find a style, like just take a screenshot. Can you give me seamstress that makes similar fashion or something? You like chances like you are likely to get something back.
May I say something for a minute, please?
Yes.
Okay, so for everybody who's watching, you can see the screen where she has her keyboard, and it seems like she's just doing some squiggles. That is her typing. That is those techie people do. What they're doing is that they're moving their finger. Somehow they are able to move their finger instead of typing like we do, 1, 2, 3. They somehow, without lifting their finger, manage to do the typing. So I don't want you puzzled about that. That's why I'm interjecting.
And I appreciate that, because I think in our mind we think everybody knows what we are doing. Thank you. And please,
my children do it. My children do it too, and I'm just like, okay. That's what I do. Anyway, please go on.
Okay, so you can see it gives me, you know, how to contact them or whatever. It gives me the information. So that is that about image. Now let's move to voice. Now I'm driving. Imagine you're juggling your days. I don't know. I have 2 kids. It's crazy. You're running from a program to the other. Maybe somebody called you now that there's something happening tomorrow. You need to make the efficient use of every minute. So this is how I use Google Gemini Voice. I use it to do calendar scheduling. So, and you will see in a minute how I do that. I'll tell it, okay, I call it, okay, Google, put this time on my calendar for this time. And the purpose of this is this. Set a reminder for 1 day, 1 hour, and it's done. If I need to read my email on the go, which sometimes I have to, I can tell it, okay, Google, go into my email. Can you tell me the emails I have for today and summarize them? It has that crazy power to do that. Although I have to caveat that you need to have an advanced, so there is a free version which can do everything I've been saying up to this personal assistant feature. So if you need to be able to have access to your email and have that integrate with your Gemini, remember, this is Google email now, not just every email. So let me take a step back. It doesn't work with Yahoo email. It doesn't work with any other one. It's just for Google. And important to note that for you to have access to this product, to any product, including ChatGPT, you need to sign up with an email and password. And in this particular case, Google requires you to have their own proprietary email, which is the Gmail account. and it's free to own. So you sign up, you have a Gmail account, and you use that account to open an account with Gemini. It does that because it needs to identify who is chatting with it. It needs to log your history in case there is any litigation requirements or whatever it is. It doesn't delete. That's why they say internet doesn't forget. Everything you do, if it goes on internet, it stays on internet. We have a way of storing those information and we produce them upon demand by either the authority or yourself, right? So for you to be able to use the Google, the Gemini, the PA version, meaning reading your emails, you need to have the advanced, but you don't need it for the elder one. So I just have to let you know. But in case you're able to do that, so I asked you to summarize my email, to read my email, to give me the key points. If there is any calendar invite, so let's say I bought a ticket to fly to California tomorrow, I can tell it to put that on my calendar, to put a reminder. So let's see that in action. Send a message. So let me pause for a minute. So what I'm trying to do here, so let's say I'm driving and we plan that I need to pick up the kids for soccer game tonight and I couldn't make it. And of course, maybe it's like 6 p.m. I need to let somebody else know so they can take it, maybe dad or mom or grandma, whatever. So I'm telling Google here. So I said, okay, Google, before we get to the screen, by the way. So when you say, okay, Google, because you've given your phone permission, you've given Google permission to get to your mic. You have to give it the permission. It comes up automatically, right? And when it does that, it's listening to your prompts. If you don't say, okay, Google, it doesn't come up. The moment you say that, and whatever you say, it's putting right there on your screen. As you can see, that's the message you're seeing right on the screen. So I'm asking Google to send message to Alum. So Alum is a phone number on my phone. I save the Alum number. It could be any number. So another tip I can give you here is when you save people's number, save them with their email address, their house address, if you do. And I'll tell you why that can make your life better. So in this case, Alum is a name on my phone. And I'm asked, so in this case, maybe your husband or the dad, and it's gonna do, so you can see what it did here. And I can go back if you guys want. So when I said, okay, Google, send a message, blah, blah, blah. It did actually put in send a message as part of my message because I was speaking to it, it was getting my command. But here is where the intelligence comes in, which is why it's fascinating. It intuitively knew without me telling it that the message I actually was trying to send does not include send a message to whom. He actually picked up from I will not be there tonight. And if I move this forward, you can see. So if you look at the message body itself, it's saying the message that needs to be delivered instead of the old thing that I said. You know, that is pretty fascinating, right? So it actually checks in with you before it sends it. In this case, it's correct. And you can see I have an accent like everybody. It was able to pick that up. I didn't have to do anything to it. And then I said send. So let me pause again to level set. So what you've seen, the first thing you saw was me sending a text message to a contact of mine. It could be anybody, like I said, telling them what the latest development is. And after that, I wanted to schedule a calendar invitation for my friend Osato. And this also requires, this as a requirement, you need to download the Google Calendar. And I can come back and show you how later, but we can't cover that on this call. So I already have that present. When you have the Google Calendar, again, that is a Google product. along with the Google email. They integrate together, and they also integrate with your phone. So in my case, I have a Samsung phone. You may have an iPhone. It can also replicate the same invitation or whatever you have on your Google Calendar to your phone. So what it does here is it puts it on my calendar, on my phone, and it's going to remind me, and also send a copy to my friend Osaru, also notifying her, because I have a phone number on my phone. I also have an email address. Either way, she gets it. The moment I have a phone as a primary contact, she gets it. So both of us can be reminded about this through a notification, however we want the frequency of that notification to be, and we're done. I don't have to, since we are, maybe she just called me, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. I throw that out. It's on my calendar, boom, we're done. Using my voice. Can you have a reservation at the Crab's restaurant for me? So this is the part where I'm using to make a reservation, restaurant reservation. This also has a pre-requirement, right? This, I'm not sure it's going to be available in Nigeria, but I could be wrong. It requires an application called Open Table. Not all restaurants have that, but if that restaurant does have it, what Google would do is call that restaurant on your behalf, or go to their online calendar. You don't have to lift a finger, and looks at the calendar and say, okay, there's a reservation opening here. It puts your name there. According to the name you register your Google application with. Remember I said you didn't have to sign up for a Google account. It uses that name. It sends to the restaurant. They have it. You have it on your calendar, and you are done. As you will see in this case, this restaurant doesn't have the open air application, and there's no way for you to know that. So I just tried. If it does, I'm done. If not, then I have to call them myself. Okay. So that is, I'll pause for, if anybody has any question before I move to the text part where it's written my email. Any question? I have just 2 more slides left. Okay. So here I want to use my voice to tell it to read my emails for me. Okay, we already did that already, so sorry. Okay, so the email part, I don't know, for whatever reason it didn't say, but I can quickly show you on the web. So can you do me a favor? I navigated to a web browser. Can you also say it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So here, assuming you're using this web browser, so let's do a quick one. Read my emails from today. So you can see what is going on here. At the top, it's telling you accessing emails. So right there, it starts listing all the emails I have. So the first one, Amazon.com, my order is shipped, and all of whatnot. You can see right there. And it also gives you the link to click them. And I can do that, this, by the way, with my voice. I don't know why it's, I guess I uploaded the other one twice. So let's say, what is the key points with my Amazon email today, with my Amazon email from today? So maybe because this is just a shipping. So another thing you can do extensively here, you can tell it, give me the report, maybe on email. So to give me a report about this, attach this report to a meeting invite for tomorrow's discussion. That is also a possibility. The other thing you can use is as your travel advisor. This is going to be my last name. I apologize. I think I'm over time. So let's say I want to travel to Japan around this time. So I just put this is the prompt I put in, by the way. I already typed it so we can save time. So I did ask you, I said, I have a trip to Japan around March 10 to this. Next year, I'm a 44-year-old woman who enjoys the outdoor. Plan a trip with affordable budget. That is actually true. And you can see what it does. It's insane. It gives you everything planned out, day by day itinerary. It gives you some pictures of the room, of some of the activities. I'm going for the cherry blossom. You can see it. It tells you the train. It says there's 1 to 3 in Tokyo, what you can do, explore this, that, outdoor activities. There's 4 to 6 in Kyoto. It's insane. So you can use this as your planner if you're going to anywhere, including the Nigerian cities. Because remember, I said it trained all its model across all the internet data. It's not perfect. So I think Sister Olivia already said that. It will have some hallucinations. It may have some mistakes, but for like 80% of the time, it is correct. So if you don't want to use it to plan your trip, another thing you can use it for, which I think is really important for everybody, people don't read this. You have all these contracts, you're trying to find out what is in it for you in that contract. You know, all those fine prints at the bottom of the contract, what you can just do is take a picture of those contracts, send it to this app as an image and ask it, what are the important key points of this contract? It lists them to you. If it's too long, tell it, make it brief. Tell it, make it a sentence. It allows you to ask follow-up questions. So in this case now, I'm actually going on a Norwegian cruise. And I said, okay, I want to understand the sentiments of people that have left their review, right? So I went to the Norwegian cruise website. I copied all of this, sentiments. And what I would do here, I'll copy and paste here and say, again, I'm a 44-year-old woman. Will I enjoy this cruise? Will I enjoy this cruise according to the review? You'll be blown. So instead of reading those reviews, I just put it there. So you can copy and paste. So you can have a prompt. Prompt is how we ask the questions. And you can also add additional information, either copy and paste, or you attach an image, or you attach a document. Then it looks at it and give you a summary. And here, look at it. It's crazy. It's selling me. Based on this review, it seems like the Norwegian breakaway might not be the best fit for me. And it tells me why. Look at that. Based on the review people have done, I mean, I don't know of any human being that can do this in seconds. So which is why it's really alarming and crazy right now. The speed of it and the scale of it. It lists the negative point and the positive point, and also gives you the summary, and you're done. And as a final note, this is a GPT I created using Amazon, platform. So I can put it I can put it here. You can use it. It's also free. And this is the interface. So what you do when you go in here, you create an account, and when you sign in, you can use the same. So this is the Amazon version of the Microsoft one, which is called ChatGPT. The other one is called Gemini, which I just gave you. It belongs to Google. This is not public. This is something I created using an Amazon platform. I think I can call this humble bragging. So you can get an idea of how it works and what you can do with it. So I'll stop here for questions, and I hope it was worthy of your time.
Okay, thank you. That's all that I can say. I personally love attending these webinars. You learn so much, but this is just mind-boggling. I do thank you for the history, for laying the foundation. I think it's information we didn't realize that we needed, but it's adding some clarity to the whole thing, why and how AI has grown so much. So thank you very much, Binkwei.
And if I could quickly just go back to the reason why I shared so much about the history, is to give you perspective of what the future looks like. It's not slowing down anytime soon. And right now we are having conversation on having responsible AI is actually one of my area of study right now, where we are able to influence legislations, because this right now, it's a beast. and we cannot stifle innovation. So we have to make opportunity. We have to determine what we let go. So the government of the world, they have to think about it, because this right here seems like a single entry point to our demise, meaning this will be used at warfare. You'll be giving and delegating authorities to computers. And America is rapidly transforming every aspect of their life. The same with adversaries all over the world. The question is, where do we put guardrails? So that is a bigger conversation. And I have a book. If people want to learn about the book, I can send it to you. It's talking about the evils and the things that can go wrong with all of this. While this is out of scope, I just want to call that out for everybody to think about the career decisions they're making for themselves and their children, because it's going to take everybody's job away. And I know that's an hyperbole, but that is actually the truth. It may not be now, but I bet you in 5-10 years, most things are going off the table because of this.
Thank you. But hopefully, though we're learning, we're still at the early stages of it. Hopefully what ends up happening is that we think ahead. When I say we, not just us as individuals, but also the governments think ahead and do place those guardrails in place, because it's going to make a huge difference. It's going to matter.
It will.
It's going to matter. We, God willing, they'll be responsible.
Amen.
Responsible stewards of the resources that we have.
Amen.
So, but in the meantime, for those of us in the today and the here and now, we're not going to be fearful. We're going to embrace it, going to utilize it. And obviously there are ways that we haven't thought. I knew that there were cars that could read your emails, but I didn't realize that I could have it read my, no, actually, cars, they could read your text messages, but it never even occurred to me that in that case, it might as well read my email. So we're all going to have a personal assistant and
driving your cars.
Yes. So thank you very much. We really do appreciate that. That said, I know that I gave that sample of having ChatGPT make a meal plan. How about we also have Gemini make a similar meal plan? Absolutely. Or have it, many of us have family come over there's that constant, you're constantly pondering, so what do we do with these young people? They've never been to Nigeria before. They're here in Lagos or Ibadan, wherever it is that they are. What do we do with them for 5 days? Where do we take them? What would be interesting to them? And so this will be able to plan to create a day trip for them while they're in Nigeria. And yes, it does give information about Nigeria. I mean, really, it's mind-boggling. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Bingwe.
You can actually, Auntie, sorry, you can take pictures of your food in the fridge and send it to it and tell it to give you recommendations. I'm not kidding you. Try
At the rate you're going, we aren't going to use our brains, but it's okay. We'll get there. Thank you very much. Okay, so now I'm just going to take a quick look in the chats just to make sure there aren't any questions, which there aren't. They're all saying, everybody's saying thank you very much. It's a wonderful, it's been a wonderful presentation. Tokumbo Elizabeth Gregory says, thank you for this. I feel less of an IT dinosaur. So that's wonderful. It's doing
I
like
actually had a question. I actually had a question there before the thank yous. I had typed it in. I think I was just asking, I don't know if this is the same app or something that you would use to convert maybe data, figures and whatever, and ask it to write a report, an intelligent report, or if not, what are the apps used for that?
Okay, I'm going to mute you. We have the question. Thank you for the question. And I'm going to mute you so that Bigbe can respond.
It is. And this app is much powerful than I can explain to you. You're free to try whatever you want to try it, but the outcome you get is as limited as your imagination. So if you have a presentation, just like I do, you can literally just type, help me craft a presentation, give it a topic, give it your thought, your original idea like that you have, and it's going to create that presentation for you. Actually, I was thinking of talking about how to monetize this, but we don't have time. Again, I may come back. You can actually, so for me, I'm an author and I love to write. I love to write short stories. This can help you. You tell it your idea and it can help you write out that story. And you can publish that story on Amazon Kindle and make money straight up within less than an hour. So
okay,
is the app that can help you? That's it. The answer is yes.
Okay, I'm going to take on putting
Sorry,
on my
I have a question, Yinka.
Yes, sis, go ahead.
Sorry. I had raised my hand actually. So
Oh,
Bimpe, that time you were talking to, you know, when you sent a message that you couldn't pick the children for soccer practice, you were not talking, but I mean, so how did it read your thoughts, or how did it get to answer you? I mean, we didn't see your lips move, or did I miss
So
something?
no. I pre-recorded
Nobody
that.
should laugh at you.
No. And please, people, this is a safe space. I don't want to, that's a cliche, but it's actually a safe space. Please ask the questions. We want to be able to explain. Nobody's laughing, nobody's judging. So I had pre-recorded that session because of the presentation, for the sake of the presentation. But here it is. This is my phone. So watch this. Okay, Google. So you see that prompt came up. Send a message to home that I'm going to Canada right now.
Sorry, I can't send messages yet.
Who do you want to message?
Yes. Okay, it's not coming back with prompt, but I pre-recorded on my phone. That is an example of what you can do when you have it downloaded and enabled for your phone to give you access to your mic.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? And I'm sure it's a lot. And I mean, we can always come back to double click on each of those aspects to, you know, to dive more deeper, or you have time to watch the recordings.
Okay. Indeed. Thank you for your responses. Now, again, donning my cap as president of North America, I believe that we need more of these sessions. So do not be concerned that you don't quite know how to do it. I think maybe we would just have them, I'm not quite sure, but we will have it. This is being recorded, so you'll have access to it. But in addition, we will have additional sessions, possibly devoting more time to each program rather than combining them. Because I do realize that this is a lot of information, especially for those who are not as well, who are not as savvy, tech savvy. But I do want to assure you that many of them are very intuitive and you can't possibly break it. So don't fear experimenting, and be assured that, yes, at some point in time, we'll try not to make it too far in the distance, but we will have additional sessions and that you'll be able to attend. Okay. Now, our next speaker is Kathy Aldu. So if you would give me 1 minute.
Kathy Aldu.
I'm sorry.
Kathy Aldu. I know her.
Ladies, can you please make sure that you're muted? Please. All right, so our next speaker is Catherine Aldu. She's of the 1983 set. She's a creative.
Wrong slide. Yinka, wrong slide.
Do I have a slide on there?
Yes, of Adebimpe.
Yes, Sister Kathy's slide is
Okay.
on now, ma.
It's on now.
Yes,
This
ma.
is what I'm looking at. Are we, do we have Kathy's slide up?
Yes, we
Yes.
do. Yeah, I'm on.
Yes, we do.
Okay. So Kathy is the publicity secretary for North America. So we know her well. She's a creative computer graphic designer and event planner who has a passion for continuous learning and innovation. She leverages her expertise in computer graphics to craft stunning visual experiences, and her love for AI enables her to stay ahead of the curve in event planning and management. She has a very keen eye for detail and a dedication to excellence. She brings a unique blend of artistry and technical skills to every project that she takes on. While executing events and corporate trade shows, she utilizes AI tools to streamline logistics, enhance attendee experiences, and create unforgettable events. Her enthusiasm for learning and growth drives her to continually explore new technologies and techniques, ensuring her work remains fresh, exciting, and at the forefront of industry trends. Sisters, please help me welcome Catherine Audu. Over to you.
Good evening, sisters. Can everyone hear me?
Good evening.
Yes.
Good
Yes,
evening.
we
Yeah.
can. Good evening, Kathy.
Good evening. I am so glad to be here, sisters. I will be sharing my screen, so that's why I'm not on video right now, and I will take you through quickly with the tool that you have on hand already. If you don't have, the resources to sign up on all these various AI tools that sadly they're being charged, they're charging us for it. If you were on the network for AI news probably about 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, most of these apps were really free, believe it or not. But some now you can get daily credits. So they're still being very kind to us and giving us a few credits to use. But as of today, guess what? The WhatsApp is a very powerful tool. Everything that Bing probably taught you about, you can find a bit of it, maybe not as intense and not as robust as the actual apps, but WhatsApp, that tool that you have right now, can do a bit of things quickly for you, and that's what I will take you on today. So just take a bit of a backseat. If you have both devices on, if you have a laptop and you have your phone at hand, that will be great. But if not, I'm sure this is very easy. You could just soak it all in. So I'll be sharing my screen and I'll be sharing my WhatsApp page. And right now, everyone should have had the contact or chat, whatever you want to call it, Meta AI. It should be on your phone. You should have that already on WhatsApp. It's a little blue circle button. And that's where you would go and put in any questions or any kind of prompts you want to have Meta AI work out for you. So 1 second while I share my screen. Meta screen. Okay. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Okay, great, great. So I'm in my Meta chat. So I'm going to, my cursor is moving along. So that's the circle you're looking for on your WhatsApp. It's just a simple blue circle. If you haven't accessed it before, it might be on the right side. But if you have touched it ever, it will be above, within your chat, your chat list. Okay. So for example, hey, I need to design something. Everyone's being very creative. I'm sure you've seen all the fashions going on right now, and you want something different. Guess what? You can come here and you can actually ask Meta to design something for you differently. And I've done some beforehand, but I'll take you through what I asked Meta to do, and we can just watch the magic happen. So prior to today, I went in and I told Meta to create something for me so I could just view some traditional attire for the Oba festival that just happened. And Meta went out there, I'm sure it's seen all the glamour, and it created some images. Now, these are not my creation. I just told Meta to create something simple with a very simple prompt, and this is what it brought forward. earlier today. A friend of mine was asking for how she could create a fascinator. And I went in and I asked Meta, and she brought a few, well, I call my Meta she, and she brought a few examples. And I'll just scroll down and you can see what Meta designed for us. So here's a nice example of what Meta had designed. And at the end of the day, I gave it a color. I told her to give me something in blue, and this is what Meta came out from. Now, if you're looking for something different, brand new, you know, someone who can make a fascinator for you, here you have a unique piece. And you can add more to that prompt by Meta. So I'm just going to copy what I had asked her before. I could really type it again. And I'm going to probably change the color. And I said it was blue. Let's see her create something in burgundy. Burgundy, if I could spell. So you always want to ask Meta in the prompt. Fascinator, and it should, and just watch while it does the magic. Boom. And there you have it. So now you have a fascinator in burgundy color, your unique design, and you can take that to your designer and get that created. Right? So you could just ask it anything in plain, simple English. You can say design, create, build, just use the, you know, there's just the words that you want, and it should do something. It will bring up an image. Now, if you want to write a story like Bingpei had said before, and you don't have time to go on any other AI app, it's right here at your fingertips on WhatsApp. And all you need to do, you're telling it to write a story. So you want to give it a bit of juice, or as I say, you want to give it a bit of meat. So you want to say, write a story about a lady called Yemi. She's 55. She lives in the UK. She bakes cakes. She sings. And she loves to ride horses. Ride horses. All right. And all this is being done once again in Meta AI. And you just sit back, watch the magic happen, and you can see it's writing for us. Now, it's creating a story. If you want a fictional story, if you want something realistic, you could add more juice to it if you know Yemi personally, but you can add more things to it and it will build on that. Now, I want to also say that she loves, she's a medical doctor. All I need to say is add that she is a medical doctor and travels a lot. So you could just go by adding to your story. So just keep on telling Meta to add. So it will rewrite it, but Meta will add the fact that she's a medical doctor and just create something to it. So that's how easily you have this tool on your fingertips, like right at your fingertips, I must say, and on WhatsApp. So you could create an image, you can create a poster, you can create a greeting card, create a thank you card to my mom. Boom. So if you see most of these things coming, like when you're having a birthday, you could say create a birthday card, and it's still a bit limited. As I said, it's nothing that you're paying for, so you don't have the leeway to add more to it. But as much as you can create some unique pieces for yourself in Meta AI on WhatsApp. Any questions so far?
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead, yeah.
In regard to this last cards that you just made, can you also tell it to sign your name?
Now, as you can see, Meta You could try. You could tell it to do anything, but it is still, to me, I still call this is still all in the better stage. It's still learning. After a while, if you keep telling it, sign my name, maybe by the 10th try, it might happen properly. But as you can see, it will duplicate letters. For letters, I won't, I won't go into it. I would really use this for images. But for you to actually use it to, as an actual card, I would take this now and put it in probably like a Canva or put it in something else and write what I need to write on it. But it gives you a start. If you want to give me a prompt, we can test it out. You want to give me a prompt, Carmen?
No, I don't, unfortunately. Sorry.
Okay.
But you
So
can
let me
ask
go.
the house. They don't have to give you a prompt. Let them give you an idea of what they want Meta to create for them. Doesn't have to be a prompt,
Right. Could anybody, any requests? Who wants to send a greeting card, or what should Meta design for you right now? Ladies, this is interactive. Unmute and tell me, and I'll type it in. Sister Titi?
Well, how about create a birthday card for a 70th birthday?
Birthday. Create a birthday card for a female on her 70th birthday. Let's see what it brings up. Voila, that's very pretty. Wow. And if you're not happy with that, you just use the word again. You just tell Meta again.
Yeah. No, this is by the Holy Child College.
Could somebody be muted? And as I said, if you're not happy, you just keep on typing the word again. And if you want to give it more oomph, if you want to add more to that.
So Kathy,
yes.
If I want to say add a Bible verse for the 70th birthday card.
Add a Bible verse. It might just bring anything, but let's see what it gives you. Don't know what it gave you right there because it's probably created by an Arab. But probably if we had said, as I said, it is all trial and error, and it's a one-time thing. You can't even get that image again. But you can take this image now, put it in Canva, and tweak it. Like by cleaning it up and typing into it. But it's giving you a basic image right now.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Kathy.
All right. You are welcome. I do have, let me stop sharing. Okay. I do have one more, and this will be less than 5 minutes. One more tool, and it's called Leonardo AI. If you guys want to take note of that. Leonardo AI. So Leonardo gives you 150 credits for a day. So if you do use it, it's good if you want to design something, if you're into fashion or you just want to play around. It's simple. It's very simple prompts. You just tell it what you want. Now, it will create it for you. And as I said, you could take it and use it in other apps. It could create realistic pictures, cartoons, anything. So just for time's sake, I will take you through it quickly. Leonardo AI, LEONARDO.ai. And we'll put the links in the chat in one of the many groups that we're in. Okay, so I'm going to launch the app. And I'm already signed in. If you have Google, you just sign in with your Google email. You don't have to download the app because all these things do take up your data. So you can just go on the web. And I like using the computer. So I'll take you through this pretty quickly. As you could see, you have the photography, animals, cartoon. It could do anything. We'll just stick to the photography kind of images. And I will go back in. And I love creating things, you know, Niger stuff, because a lot of us Africans, we're not on it yet. We're not into it. We're either just reading other people's stuff. So the more each of us go into it every day, no, you won't get paid unless you're really into it, but just go there and create it. Create something. And AI will store all these images, and in the future, you might see one of your creations come through. So right now, it's just going out there and picking things for us. So we don't have a lot of us in here. So if you guys, you know, you're playing, you don't have any, you have some free time, less than a second, you can create your images and just leave it on AI. So, and that's what I do, you know, most of the time, and I can always come back and use my images, cut and paste, get my styles, get my Niger styles if I want. So simple prompts, create an image of a Nigerian female doctor in scrubs. Simple. My whole thing is to create images that we don't see. I'm sure you've had a presentation at work or probably at school, and you're looking for that one picture that could, you know, encompass what you're saying. And you go on to the stop, and it's, you know, a lady in dreads or a white woman that you know, no offense, but you just want to use your own pictures for what you want, and you could just come into Leonardo, and it will give you a nice picture. So we have a Nigerian female doctor here that I just created, and it gives you about 4. So every day you get 150 credits, which each time you create about 4 images, and you can pick, and you can see they're very realistic. We know they're AI because there's something off about them, but as close as possible. Now that looks like one of us. That could be one of us without a younger looking one of us. So this is what Leonardo can do. And you can actually cut out the background and use this lady for one of your flyers, for a healthcare flyer. Any questions on Leonardo? And my time is up in 2 minutes.
Question, Kathy.
Yes, ma'am.
So when we create these images in Leonardo, can we cut and paste them into PowerPoint presentations or
oh yes you a Word document, PowerPoint. So I'm going to take her. There's
we don't need any access rights.
Pardon?
We don't need any access rights or anything.
No, you created them. This is one time. I can't recreate this lady again. It's one time you have created it. It's yours. It's in your account. You're going to go to download. There's a download arrow right here. Download it onto your desktop or wherever. Cut and paste it, and you can do anything with it. Send it to your graphic designer, and he can take off the background.
Sorry, so this lady is not real.
No. This lady is not real. And at all. They're not real at all. This lady is not real. It's it's AI. AI has gone out there and pulled different elements from all the faces that we put on Facebook over time. You thought Facebook was free? They were collecting your images. So it goes out there and takes different aspects of everybody and puts it together. So this lady is not real at all. Doesn't exist.
Wow.
They're just variations of everybody. So all your images on Facebook have been put to good use. Scary, but
ask it to create a face of a man.
Yeah, let's do. Create a Nigerian. You want to put probably where they come from so you can get the right color. So a Nigerian man or male, sorry. Let's try male doctor. Or just male.
What about age? Age.
Yeah, you could put age. Yes, you could. So right, I can put the age and it will make it either older or younger. I'll do another. So it's thinking, it's working its magic, and there you have a doctor. This man does not exist, but he could look like someone you know. And if we want him older, you can put an age, and it will start. It'll make him look older, right? And as I said, this thing it stays in your account. You can delete the ones you don't want, but over time you could just leave it in your account, and you can always come back to it. There is that down image button, and there's also a motion picture button. Let me go back. Sorry, there's a motion picture. You can actually make it move. That might freak someone out, but give me a second. I'll show you how it moves. View generation. So it will just move for a second. If you want to animate any of your images, it will animate it for you. All right. And it just animated it within some seconds. So you can, if you have a presentation and you really want to wow your crowd, you can animate your images. All right, sisters? If no questions, I will close this out, and I'll just take you through what we've done so far. So my whole thing is pushing images out there that we don't have of ourselves. We're more than just partying or shaking, our rear ends or just being very loud and proud. We need to start pushing out images of what we do. We actually do professionals. We're in so many professions, and it will take people like us just putting these images out there. So I implore you, sisters, to put out positive images. It will take you 2 seconds of your time to do this, and let AI have a positive image of us. And I've done some so far, and these are all being done just on my spare time. This is a lovely creation if you want to be unique and different. Now, you wonder when you look at all these Hollywood or Nollywood, I would say, celebrities on Instagram, their outfits are actually way out there. Guess what? They've been using this at the background. Their designers are actually using all this to create this wow factor. So now you know the secrets of all those gorgeous outfits. And if you want to be different, please use AI. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kathy.
Welcome.
Really, really, I don't know what to say. It's almost as if, oh my goodness, it's amazing. It's awesome. It makes you think in terms of the possibilities, and truly they do appear to be endless. On that note, though, while we have learned how easy it is to use ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Meta AI, and Leonardo, I also want to caution that while we're not to fear it, because it does seem a little, maybe not overwhelming, but life is certainly going to change, but we also have to learn to use it ethically. And that is a topic for a different day. But as you're creating, as you're putting in your prompts, just understand that you need to make sure that you're using it ethically. The fact that you can do it doesn't mean that it's necessarily right. Keep that at the back of your mind. Also, I do want to mention that the more detailed the prompts that you're putting in, the more likely the response is going to suit your needs. So for instance, when the last image was of a male physician, so if you had put in the age, if you had put in the specialty, if all those little things make for a more detailed image that will be created. And the same applies even with ChatGPT as far as, for instance, creating the meals. If we had just said African meals, I don't know what would have been produced. But since we said Nigerian meals, and we could even go as far as say Yoruba meals, you understand? The more detailed it is, the better the output. So just bear that in mind. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So I did check. There don't seem to be any. Are there any questions? Anybody have any questions that they would like answered?
The only one I think I answered it, Sister Titi asked, the images in Leonardo can be used for PowerPoint. Yes, they can. You can cut them out and stick them. They can move. They can be used for PowerPoint. No problem. Yes.
Okay. And so now we are going to move over to announcements. Thank you very much for everybody who has stuck with us. For North America, we don't have too many announcements. I do want to reiterate that Binkwe's book, Serendipity, is available on Amazon. In addition, for those who are North America based, the annual dues are $120. The Zelle email is on the screen. Please take a picture. It's HCC OGA, Holy Child College Old Girls Association, North America, fund@gmail.com. We do still have a few pieces of the Ashoke. And so the complete set is $50. The individual piece is $25. We also still have a few pieces of the newsletter. It is $5, and the lapel pins are $5 each for anybody who is interested. Again, all these can be paid for by sending the payment to
Why do I have to pause for you to do the right thing? Why?
Sisters, can you please Sisters, can you please mute? And then I'm going to hand over to Sister Titi.
Well, thank you so much, North America. Can we please use our emoticons on mute and give a clap to North America? Yinka, thank you, you and your team.
Thank you, Mom.
Olive, Kathy, and well, some were sending me private chats, and it's like, can we reach out to you to get more information? That is, reach out to the speakers. But let me say this, Yinka is going to provide, it's being recorded, and we're going to send out a link such that once we click the link, we can easily have access to all that has been said. And please, don't be inundated with all of this. I mean, somebody sent me a private chat and said, I'm lost. And it's like, well, if it's the first time, don't worry. So listen to the recording. So please, we will send out the recordings. And once again, thank you very much for bringing us into the part 2 introduction of AI. Let me go on with some further announcements quickly, and we'll soon finish in another 10 minutes. Ladies, please, if you look on the screen, there's a difference between the logo on the left and the logo on the right. We noticed that the logo many of us have been using does not have our motto correctly written. It says action, not words. Whereas our motto, as you all know, is actions, not words. So please, we'll post the correct logo on the Set Reps chat group so that Set Reps, president, secretaries, send them out so that when you use them, you're using the right one. Some of you may be familiar with this logo with the yellow. That is often used by Holy Child in Ghana. So for us, when we're using this logo, please let us use the one on the right with the cream inside, not the yellow one, so that at least there's a bit of distinction with Holy Child College Old Girls Association in Nigeria, as opposed to the one in Ghana. So this is a correct logo. The motto is correctly written as actions, not words. Few announcements. Our next meeting will be next month, July 21st is when we're having our annual general meeting. We have this once a year, and we'll be presenting a statement of accounts, but we're going to do it, it's going to be a double whammy. We're going to start with a Zumba dance, a dance aerobics class, a wellness and well-being session in the school hall from 2:30 to 3:30. So this is about our health and wellness, ladies. So come to the school hall. It will be a blended program. So those of you who join in online, you can join us and be dancing and moving to the steps as the instructor takes us. And once we do that, I mean, who knows how long we've exercised ourselves. After an hour, that will be over, and then we'll sit down and we'll quickly go through the annual general meeting. It promises to be exciting. So 21st of July next month, it's a Sunday, not a Saturday. Please come to the school hall, those of you who are in Lagos or Nigeria, and then you can join in virtually and join as well. We've been talking about our 80th anniversary coming up in 2025. At the AGM meeting, we're going to go into more details. We are still loading up activities for our 80th anniversary. The reason we're telling you all of this now is we know that old girls in diaspora often plan to come around when we have this milestone anniversary events. So next year, come January, we're going, like we normally do, a New Year party. It's going to take a new face, January, because from January, we'll start the swing of our 80th anniversary celebration. In February, we're going to have a Requiem Mass, remembering all old girls from inception and up till that time who have passed on and gone to be with the Lord. In March, we're going to have a health walk. We'll wear our Holy Child Old College t-shirts. So there's a lot we're going to do. We'll have a basketball match with the students, and then the whole of Ojo Street, Ojo Road, we're going to have canopies in which we'll have a community health outreach for Obalende environ, as well as those around Kefi Street. April 9th is Founders Day, so we're going to have a Thanksgiving Mass. May or June, we're going to have the back to school literary and debating, where we wear our old school uniforms as we used to wear it before. So please, as from next month, when we have the AGM, start coming in so that the tailor will take your uniforms, so that your uniforms will be ready on time. And right now, of course, you know, the cost of things are going up. In June or July, we're going to seal the anniversary off with a gala dinner. And that is when we're going to celebrate our nonagenarians. All old girls above 90, we will celebrate them and give them awards. We're going to launch our Shiro's book. You'll see copies of documentary productions we've been putting together. A drama production, I won't let out the secret yet. Some people will be coming from diaspora. You'll see them on stage. People you haven't seen for a long time, but you've seen their name on the big screens. And then, of course, our raffle draw. So please, we'll keep announcing this and stay tuned, because we'll all have some part of the fun. In terms of global membership dues, it's still 10,000 Naira. Please take a screenshot. This is the account detail, 10,000 Naira. Take a screenshot of this. Otherwise, Carmen or Kathy, you can post the account details in the chat box. Just like Yinka was talking about some of the things we have or we do, Ashoke, for those of us not talking dollars, it's now 12,000 Naira a piece. So a complete set will be 24,000. The lapel pins are now 5,000 Naira. And if you want the school uniform for the back to school event next year when we celebrate our 80th, it's 15,000 Naira. So please take a screenshot of this as well so that you'll be well informed. Again, for North America, just take a screenshot of this. Yinka went through that earlier on, but these are the details so that we all stay well informed. So as we get ready to close, do we have one of our EXCO members in on the platform? Is Lanre Lawal on the platform? Lanre Lawal, is she there?
No, but we have Sister Bobo.
Okay, Bobo is,
on.
I saw one of our trustees. Let's honor one of our trustees, Toki Mabogunje. I saw her. Is Toki still there? Can you unmute?
Madam President, I'm here.
Ah, fantastic. Well, maybe you'll just give a comment, and our closing prayer for the Old Girls Association is on the screen, but I'm sure I'd like to get your thoughts as one of our trustees on what we just, what North America took us through today. Over to you, Toki.
You like putting me on the spot, don't you? Anyway.
I'm sorry.
So I think I'll seize this quick opportunity to thank our North American branch, the president of North American branch. I think that this is absolutely what we should be doing. The importance of AI now to our lives this is an imperative that we all have to respond to. I'm so sad that I wasn't around for part 1. And having gone through part 2, I really can see the relevance of it. I mean, I use it a lot in my work, for my research, for all kinds of things, for quick questions, you know, to queries I have in my mind and all of this. And is to say to everyone who's made the time to be here on a Saturday night, all the old girls, thank you very much for being here. I hope you got as much value from it as I did. There are quite a few things I didn't know about, and I'm really going to be looking at some of the new apps and new platforms that were mentioned here. Thank you, Madam President, for your leadership as well. So I was thinking of the whole Zumba dance thing. I think I will miss it too when I'm coming for that AGM. I said I'll be aching all over.
Health and wellness. Come and shake body. Shake body.
Shake body. But I want to thank you for your leadership and the EXCO, the amazing women we have on our EXCO and who are leading this association, and the fact that we're becoming future ready. I like the fact that we really do have it seems like it's an unspoken policy because it's a thread that's woven into everything we're doing. But essentially what we're doing is being future ready. To quickly round up and say, hey, I had a great time. I hope everyone else did. Thank you. Just thank you so much, everyone, for being here. This has been wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you, Toki. Can you take us through the closing prayer as you see it on the screen, please?
All right. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for being with us throughout our deliberations. May we be able to implement the commitments we have made. We pray you will be with us, protect us from all evils and dangers, and keep us safe. God bless each and everyone. We make our prayers through Jesus Christ, our Redeemer, Savior, and Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you very much. And we're going to call on Justina to sing the last stanza of our school song. Many of us don't know it well and don't sing it well. So Justina, putting you on the spot. Is Justina still on? Do we have Justina on?
Yes, I am.
No, Justina Ayinde.
Okay, okay.
Justina Ayinde from EXCO, is she still there? But Justina DK, nice to have you on.
I know, very nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very nice to have you here. Do you want to sing in for us? With all pleasure, please. Please unmute whilst we all stay muted, and we'll just go with you. Over to you, Christina.
I'll try.
Okay, go on.
Well, Pharaoh, I hope I know the tune. Maybe one person could help me.
Okay,
I
I'll
can
help
you.
Okay,
Okay.
Tokumbo, over to you.
Okay.
Tokumbo,
Fine.
yes, I can help
Yeah.
you. Do we sing together or do I sing
Go
it
on,
alone?
go on.
1,
All
2,
right.
3, go.
Thou Alpha Omega, the first and last, in whose eternal love our lives are past. Thou art the Christ, the living God's own Son. Thus with thee, in heart and spirit one.
And all of us say,
Holy
child. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you, sisters. Thank you, North America, Yinka. Well done. Olive, well done. Bingpe, well done. You can put on your videos now. Kathy, well done. You can put on your videos. Kathy, you're still showing us screen sharing.
Yes, because
Olive,
if anybody wants a try, I am available, and you can catch me on a Friday, and I could walk you through it again.
fantastic. Thank you very much for your time. Exco, thank you for your support. Trustees, thank you. North America, amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you, ladies. And I wish you a restful weekend. And stay tuned. North America isn't done with us yet. They're coming back, I can assure you.
Well done, North America.
All right.
You're
See you
welcome.
all in the school hall and virtually for Shaking Body, a Health and Wellness 21st of July. And please, those of you coming to the school hall, wear your sneakers and something comfortable. It's Zumba. You'll just shake body and those stiff muscles. And those of you online, get ready to shake body online as well. It's just for 1 hour. Once we sweat, then we'll start the AGM. Sisi Toki, I see you. Thank you very much.
Thank
for
you
supporting
too.
us.
Thank you. Have a good
God bless
evening.
you all.
God
God bless you all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
God bless.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good
Thank
night.
you. Bye. Thank you so much,
you.
Olive.
Thank you, Olive. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Olive.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Big Fish.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Nice seeing everyone.
Good night.
Thank you,
Good
everyone.
night. We had
Good night,
40
Olive.
something.
Kathy,
Yes,
you're
thank you so much,
amazing.
sis. Woo!
Thank you. I don't know how you do it. You're just
I don't know how I got here. Thank you.
amazing, amazing.
Bye-bye.
Oh, thank you,
Bye.
Minima. Thanks for staying
Thank you
on.
all.
Thanks, Sister Bobo.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Toki. Thank you, Marion. Marion, thanks for joining.
Thank you. Let's continue meeting.
All
We'll
right.
shut down
Complete.
in 3 minutes. Going
Thanks,
one.
Paula. Thank you, Paula. See you. Thanks for joining. Thanks, Iyabo. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you.
Thank you,
83 rocks.
for joining.
Thank you, 83, as always.
Yes.
83, formidable set.
Thank you,
Yes,
Iffy. Thank you, Iffy Spares, for joining. All right, sis. Good night, everyone.
Good
Good
night.
night, everyone. Good night. Good night. Good night, everyone. Good night. Good night. Lola Exco, thank you. Good night. Good night. All right, going one. Going two. Going three. Good night, ladies.
Nice.
Everything that we did